Okay, I want to jump on this wagon before I even forget any of the details that I was about to say. I kind of forget, but we're going with it. Episode 6 of Peach Lover. So, because Paul saw the post or the thing that his friend showed him on the internet about Sasom being wrongfully accused of some bad luck misfortune thing, he wants to ask his friend to get him the closest and the nearest time to go to a flight to Singapore. Let's be honest, if this is real, I blame his father, because once it mentioned bad luck and some fortune telling thing, I thought of the father. That's the only person I could have think about when talking about bad luck and fortune telling. I mean, just like Sasom, I believe that Mean is someone that's very responsible. I mean, does he have enough money to buy that ticket? Well, then again, I'm sure that Sasom paid him for his service. So, of course, he's gonna take the closest and the cheapest ticket, because I would take the cheapest ticket too, to get to where we are going. My question is now, when you head to Singapore, what's the first plan? Like, what are we going to do? Are we just going to immediately get phone and call our man and see if he's okay? Because the news ain't newsing. Okay, so after reaching Singapore, you booked an Airbnb or a hotel or a motel or whatever. Either you did it or Sasom did it or Mean scheduled it for you. But either way, this place looks exactly like the little room that they filmed their little deeds. Does it not? Well, as soon as Paul reached to the Singapore destination, I know he's with Sasom, because let's be honest, the reason he's here is because of Sasom. And we know Sasom valued Paul very important than his own entire work. So of course we're going on a little date. But I am curious though, with you going all around Singapore with this man, do no one know you as a celebrity? Also, are we not worried about our ex Peach anymore now that you have the address? Do you not look for this person? Or, because I feel like one day this ex of yours will show up out of nowhere and cause maybe trouble or confusion. Either way, we do know one thing. They both like each other, but there's one problem. I want to know, is this really Singapore, or this is green screen, or is it just Thailand and people just gonna assume and call it Singapore? Okay, this is the main reason why I want to rush and do my prediction for episode 6, because I feel like when people watch this part, they're probably confused. Now, I don't know nothing about it, but this is what I think is going to happen. See, Sasom is going to call his manager, the guy that is also hooking up with Cafe Guy, which is also Mean, which is Poe's best friend. But besides that, so he's talking to the guy and he's like, I don't want to film with Poe anymore, which is his, dirty deed kind of filming, Peach Lover type of filming. He doesn't want to do that anymore, not because he doesn't want to see Poe anymore, but he wants to continue seeing Poe, but just he doesn't want to see him because filming is the only reason to get them close together. He doesn't want that. He wants to end this filming thing so they can be in a relationship together in reality, instead of using the fact that, oh, I want to film to have sex, which is not what Paul wants. But Paul is the only reason Paul can ask for sex, is to saying, oh, can we film? Clearly we do not film, because we don't see any mask involved, we don't see nothing. Okay, we finally seen Homeboy taking up a paintbrush and enter in his painting era. I assume this is his little corner. Like, he has his own workshop. I didn't know that. I want to see that. I want to see him to work. And please make this brush have real paint so he can stroke something. Okay, so if Sasom finally gets Paul to agree to not film with him and agree to be in a relationship and just boogie that way, then it will be cool. Second, I feel like there's gonna be boom chicka bam bam. There's gonna be sex. This is Peach Lover here. I haven't watched one episode throughout and not one sex is involved or touching or anything, so I know something might happen here. I think this is the part where they paint each other like the Playboy series, and they'll literally enjoy themselves. Third, if that were to go on, the relationship, not the sex part, if the relationship were to go, I know Paul would definitely be happy, but then That's the problem. The problem is Sasom has an ex that might show up, and the problem for Poe is the father. Remember, the father needs him to quote unquote ordain to get forgiveness. I still think that the boy that belongs to him, the other woman with the little boy that his father has, they can still have a chance to go away. Because if they don't, they might end up like Poe. Poe did warn the woman, and his son. Even they want to run away. But I'm assuming because they are mafias, or what do you call it, a typhoon? Same thing. They can find them, and we don't know what will happen. But still, for his father to ask for forgiveness, you think he himself will repent. No, he's still the same person, treating other person the same way as how he treated Poe. How is it that he wants forgiveness when he's still the same person?